So apology, I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this in, I don't know, since September or August or something. So where are we now?
Where are we now? We are in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. They say it's
High as
weird.
shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of pot around here. We do smell it. But
We had to look up what the green crosses were everywhere.
Yeah, they don't have Red Cross here. They have Green Cross. If you emergency for medical marijuana, I'm cool with it all. I'm down with the whole getting high and stuff. I'm just not a fan of the smell.
So we wanted to recap kind of our favorite moments of our trip across the country while Matt slugs on some coffee.
Sorry.
Slurps on some
I
coffee.
need some coffee. It helps.
We wanted to kind of just talk and tell you guys, whoa.
Someone's getting a little touchy there. So.
We wanted to talk about, just our experiences, like we said, kind of our favorite moments, recap some things. What was your experience going across country like? What was like your feelings? Did you have like any kind of like feelings? I know you kind of like put that in your vlogs, but like
I had
some specific ones that stood out.
Well, before even leaving, I had night tremors. I was terrified. I was very nervous. I had like these voices in my head telling me, "Don't do it. It's wrong." I'm not trying to blame my family, but they didn't come across as very gung-ho about me heading out west. They were more worried and concerned. But when I actually got in my car that morning and said bye to everybody and took off, I was just had this adrenaline rush. I was totally gung-ho about it, and I did not want nobody to get in my way. I was nervous. I wasn't sure if I was going to have to go along country with somebody else for a while.
Yeah.
But he decided to come along too. So, friends, as guys know, are very hard to come by, and I have a good friend here.
But I seriously was considering not going out with him because I was very sick back home. I'm trying to fight what's going on with me, but I just saw it as like a perfect opportunity to get back out to the Pacific Northwest, and so I felt like I'd regret it if I didn't at least try.
Cool. So he tagged along with me in Iowa. So that's where we met up, and as you've seen in the videos, and then we went to Minnesota, and you really liked Minnesota.
Yeah, I really like Minnesota mainly because when we went to that Green Giant statue, there was a gas station that had Green Giant fudge. And I have been looking, I don't know why, I've been craving fudge like for the longest time, and they had all these homemade ones. So
the people were really cool, very nice, friendly. Like we went to a very small Walmart, and the people that were walking by were saying hello and all that.
They were really helpful too. That
very
was super helpful.
They went the extra mile helping us, giving us
telling
advice.
us where maybe we could get something else. It just ridiculous.
So very totally helpful.
Yeah.
And one thing about it is the roads were really nice. When we were traveling through, and they had tons of windmills. I thought that was so cool.
That was cool
because we don't have much windmills in Virginia like they do out in the plains and the Midwest. Anyway, so we went to South Dakota. What do you like about South Dakota?
South Dakota, I'm having trouble remembering things sometimes.
Remember that Walsh drug store and the lady that was kind of and then what
were the cities that we went in?
Rapid City.
Rapid City was, okay, that was where we talked to the nice guys telling us about Seattle.
Yeah, they were really cool guys we met there.
And then we saw the what was that called? Mount Rushmore. It was very pretty. We were kind of shocked to see that it's much smaller. Yeah, it seems much smaller.
Yeah.
They must zoom in, but it's still very beautiful.
I still recommend you going. It's sort of a rite of passage as an American citizen. You got to see all the national monuments, and that's one of them. In South Dakota, we were treated to the most spectacular clouds I've ever seen. It was unbelievable. I showed you guys.
It was kind of rainy.
It was kind of rainy. It got rainy later, and then we eventually got to Billings, Montana. Anyways, once we left, we were treated to immediately spectacular mountains. Yes, that was the climax for my experience going across country, was those mountains. I wanted to see the Rocky Mountains with the glaciers or whatever, snow on top. And then we stayed at a town called St. Regis. Mm-hmm. And you can go ahead and tell us that nasty story.
We were trying to find the least inexpensive hotel in the area. And because there wasn't even many hotels or motels, so we ended up picking this. There was another town over, can't remember what it's called now. But we chose this, and we thought we found it at first, and then we had to go back behind like some.
It was a back
road, and
with
it
a
was
bunch of
all
salt
these
on it
potholes.
too.
There's potholes and stuff.
And salt.
And so we're just like, okay.
We basically got a trailer divided into 4
Yeah.
sections, and we got the very end
3
of it.
sections, yeah.
It was very outdated, old looking, but it was clean. But the problem is, it smelled like skunk.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, skunk is.
Well, we didn't know what it was at
marijuana.
first. That was a problem.
I thought maybe a skunk died in there.
Well, no, we also thought it was just like moldy. Remember, we walked in because it was freezing. They didn't have any heat on.
Yeah, the management had put up a sign as you left saying what to do. Just leave your keys in the room when you leave. But it also gave you instructions on how to not use the towel to dry off your car.
Her nice white towel.
Her nice white towel. It went into great detail about it because people apparently were using the towels to get the leaves or dirt off their car and just throwing it back in the trailer.
And we went to the gift shop that night.
Oh, sorry.
In the last video, that was a really nice gift shop.
It really felt like a genuine gift shop. It didn't feel like one of those places where you can buy those little pop guns and those.
Nothing's wrong with that.
I know, but every gift shop has those. But this had genuinely like cowboys and had the cowboy theme going. Everything was related to Montana.
It had more fudge too.
They even had fudge there, just like
I should have bought more.
So I know he checked it out and everything, just like he did Wall Drug.
Yeah.
The very next day, we quickly left St. Regis, and yeah, we got one last look at the mountains in Idaho.
That was a pretty drive too.
It was a pretty drive. It was mostly a drop the whole time, and then boom, we started hitting like Washington traffic. We went through this like desert in Washington. It was something I've never seen. It was pretty weird looking. I showed you that. We went over a nice bridge out in the middle of this desert-like area.
That freaked me out. You put that in the last video too, because it was like a bridge that like connected to some land, so it was kind of almost like a half bridge. So it went like
it was a
you drove down, yeah, and then the bridge connected to the land, like on the water. So
that was cool.
That kind of freaks me out.
And then we eventually got treated to some more beautiful mountains, I guess the Cascade Range, and then that was.
There's a bunch of windmills on the mountain too, remember?
There were windmills up there
cool.
too. But once we got in the mountains and we started to go up, then we started to go down. They had that fog and stuff trapped in those Cascade Mountains and so much beautiful pine trees and lakes and stuff. It was probably rivaled the Rockies as far as beauty. But the next thing you know, the traffic got really progressively
worse. We were on
worse
90 West.
We were on 90 West. And as we got closer and closer to the Seattle area, it got busier and busier and busier. And then I started to freak out because the whole time on 90, it was pretty dead. And then when we start entering, Seattle, it started to get pretty congested. And then we got through Issaquah and we stayed in a hotel.
List off the suburbs we saw in Seattle so far.
We saw Monroe, which is a further out one.
Yeah.
Bellevue.
We also saw
Seattle itself.
Renton.
We
saw Seattle itself.
Everett, Tacoma, but we never.
We just passed through that.
Seattle, though, it's like one thing I will say overall about Seattle is the traffic is pretty bad. I think it's probably worse than Northern Virginia. I just think you just can't get away from traffic. You are stuck everywhere you go. The roads are very difficult too. To me, it's like, oh no, I got to get in the other lane. Too late. They already put a divider there, so you can't get over. It's like they want to screw you deliberately. It was more or less a Seattle thing.
I feel like the way the signs were positioned were problems.
They fucked you over.
Like there would be times where you'd have to just. It was almost like an exit, but it'd be dual exit, almost to where it exit two ways. And the sign was back already where the exits were splitting, whereas like back east, they're always way ahead. So I didn't quite understand.
In other words, they gave you very little. If you're getting off on a ramp, it splits into two ramps, right?
Yeah.
You get very little time to decide which one, and your GPS is all confused and whacked out about it. So that's how I ended. I was tagging along with him while we were driving in Seattle. He went that way at the last second, and I didn't have time to get over. So I ended up going down on this 405, and those Seattleans know about
we were on the 405, and then you.
I went back on 405 the other direction on 405, and I had a taste of that. And then I got off immediately. Then I got stuck on another highway or freeway or whatever.
Amazing drivers.
Amazing. One of the best
Seattle
I've ever seen.
Their drivers are so good. They drive fast, but they drive well. and they're not aggressive. They all like stay kind of uniform. I feel like only when they need to pass, they always put on their flickers. Like between Seattle and Portland, Portland is way more aggressive drivers.
They're mean.
I don't really like that, but it's it's something. Everything's gonna have something you got to adjust to. But Seattle drivers were amazing. I seriously loved being on the highway and just watch people drive because they were just they drive so well. Like I said, but that was something that did stand out to me about Seattle.
We were up in Everett for about 20 days, staying in a hotel, and that was not.
We were kind of just staying at hotels at first because we were trying to figure out, did we want to try to find somewhere to stay? We looked at Airbnb. Some guy had mentioned it on our way out or something. We looked into that, and then it was just we couldn't get anything long term on that.
So basically, we were stuck there for 20 days in the Everett Inn, whatever it's called, extended stay, and we didn't. I thought the lady that worked downstairs was a mean person. She just was shallow, cold. But a lot of people I found in Everett, especially, were. I'm not trying to pick on anyone in Seattle.
Yeah, very just.
They're ready to pick a fight almost
or something.
With you. I don't know why it was like that. I'm just so confused. It's just like. It just to say simple things like "thank you, have a nice day," "excuse me," and then you get mean looks for it, like you're.
Or even just a smile. Everyone was looking.
No
down.
one hardly smiled in Seattle.
Nobody.
So I was already discouraged about the Pacific Northwest. I was like, okay, I made a bad choice.
Let's tell some of our stories. What were some of the things that people did to you while you're there? Like,
well, it's like. If I'm in their way, no matter if I'm right or wrong, they're pissed off about it. And then I one time told a lady, "Oh, excuse me," she gave me a mean look. It's like, you've never heard that before. It's not an insult.
Yeah, the lady in Walmart too with the phones, where I was like, "Oh, excuse me," and she just gave us the dirtiest look. And
it's like, what the fuck? We celebrated our own Halloween there at the hotel. It was fun. We went shopping, got masks,
got high off of masks,
and we went to a I know, but I ended up painting my face or whatever, and it was a disaster for Halloween. And I
thought it looked pretty good. Mine looked stupid. I got some cheap paints from Walmart. Face paint it was supposed to be, and so I was using one of the colored ones, the purple one. And so I was trying to do like a skull or something. I put it in my eyes and I put it on my nose and stuff.
You're trying to do the Day of the Dead look.
Yeah, sugar skulls or whatever they're called. And so then we decided we're not going to do it. We're like, fuck this. And then I went to go wash it off, and the purple was still stuck on my face.
Well, so we decided to settle in Portland. The reason for that was cost and traffic. It was just too much. So we were already discouraged. I felt bad. I felt like I had regrets. So we started to look elsewhere. We looked in Portland, and I thought, well, it's going to be just like Seattle. It's got busy traffic. It's probably overpriced. But we found some better deals in Portland. And we went down here one day to look at a place. We liked the place. We tried to get the lease quickly and all that stuff because of the price. It was a month-to-month lease, Holy Grail, for leases. And we went to a store, and everyone just seemed like chillaxed. Mm-hmm. People wouldn't feel like they wanted to fight me for saying excuse me. I've actually had people smile and say, "Oh, excuse me." I've had tons of that already. Mm-hmm. And the cashiers just seemed very chatty. We ended up here in Portland. We're here. So this is our place we're at. It's not the greatest. It's not, to me, it's the best deal we could do for this time. We have some problems here, but
the first week.
I'm going to be very positive.
So.
Yeah, I couldn't shower for like the first 7 days here, 6 days or something. You imagine how that's bad, Mm-hmm. But I think they got everything fixed. Still minor minor issues, but I'm not going to complain. I've been in worse places. Are you happy here in Portland versus Seattle overall?
Overall, yeah. We've seen a lot of Portland, and where we're staying to is very residential, so that is a huge plus. We feel like we're in a home, which is nice.
It'd be nice to bring my prospective boyfriend here, or date, whatever, mm-hmm. or something. So it won't be like some kind of ghetto place or something. Mm-hmm. So
it just has a lot of nice light too, which mm-hmm. that's sometimes hard to get in apartments.
We got a big window in front of us right now, so it's like the biggest window I've ever had. I've never lived in a house with a big window, so.
I'm serious. I get no fucking space. It's just ridiculous. You're always touching my shit. Fucking eating my food.
On camera, we're recording right now, and you're starting this bullshit with me.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Seriously. All right, quit being a goofball. Get off the show, dude. You're not on my channel no more.
What?
Get off.
Whatever. You're
They don't
the worst
want.
roommate
I don't
ever.
want you on. They don't want you on. Get lost.
Fine.
Sorry, that was a joke. This guy is no longer going to be on my channel anymore. He has worn out his welcome since October of last year. So I want you all to wave goodbye to him because he's no longer going to be on my channel. I have another person replacing him. That's what you do. That's what happens. You just use somebody and you get rid of them. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, he is going to be on my channel. He's no longer wants to be a part of the Adorable channel anymore. And I respect his decision.
That's the other way around. He doesn't want me on his
I don't want
channel.
him to be. The truth is not. No.
It's a good reason, though.
No,
He's going to
seriously,
explain.
Okay, here's the real reason. That my channel is really based off my issues, my problems, my perspectives, and your guys at the same time. It's about me and you guys, and that's what it originally was set out to do. I set the channel up originally because of anxiety, social anxiety, depression, being gay, all these issues. That's what my channel started off for, and I still need to work on them. And I think discussing these issues with you is what I need to go back to. I need to go back to my roots. Yes, I'm going to do some vlogs occasionally and be stupid and goofy, but that's what Adorkable's about. That's what Matt is about, okay? So what's going to happen to Tommaso Antonio? What's going to happen to Tomas? I decided to create another channel, so did he, and it's going to be Matt and Tomas together discussing stimulating topics. It could be anything, but I really like some of the topics we've talked about on our previous Taco Tuesdays. So, we're going to wrap it real quick. Our battery's about to die. So, again, it'll be Matt.
Matamosity.
So, again, thank you guys so much for supporting me and helping me, helping him out
getting
too.
us out here.
Yes, I just am in endeavor with you guys. So, or I'm in debt with you guys. So, okay. I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.